Crazy neighbor broke into my house. Warning, some audiences may find this content disturbing. View at your own discretion. Welcome to the House of Reddit. Today, we share some recent r/TodayIFuckedUp stories posted on Reddit. Crazy neighbor broke into my house. Unless you live under a rock, you all know that yesterday was Halloween and what that entails. Dressing up, giving out candy, etc. I recently moved into a new condo complex, and was excited to meet some of my new neighbors that night when they'd come to trick or treat with their kiddos. I wanted to make a good first impression, so I forked up a nice chunk of change and ordered a cool magician costume online. An important thing to note is that I am a very small, petite girl, and it's always a challenge to find clothes/accessories that properly fit me. Knowing this, I made sure to try on the costume as soon as it arrived in case it needed to be returned or exchanged. Huzzah! It fit perfectly. Here's where I first effed up, I didn't also try on the white gloves included with the costume. As I'm sure you can guess, when the big day arrived the gloves were comically too big for my little baby hands. It was my own inverse OJ moment. These gloves were a key component in the costume. They went up past the elbow, and added the pizzazz I desperately needed. I thought screw it, and decided to deal with the lack of dexterity. I got all gussied up, filled up a big bowl of candy, and waited for the little monsters to arrive. Here comes my second F up. I decided to take a quick walk around the complex to look at all the Halloween decorations. Since I didn't know how long I'd be, I locked my front door behind me when I left. I hadn't gotten around to adding my house key to my key ring yet, so I just grabbed the little silver key by itself. I perused around a little, came back, and without paying attention dropped the key in my little key dish by the door along with the others. Except I didn't drop the key into the dish, but into the candy bowl right next to it. The recipe for disaster finally had all of the ingredients needed for a massive mistake. Kids arrived, I passed out handfuls of candy in my two large, texture desensitizing gloves, and didn't notice when I slipped a child my key along with a bunch of chocolates. This morning I noticed my missing key, and rightfully panicked. Not realizing last night's mistake. I had no idea where it could be. I called the manager's office, and they sent out an email blast asking everyone to be on the lookout for my key, and provided my condo number, since it is etched onto the key. At around 3 p.m., I hear the distinct sound of a key being turned to unlock my front door. Absolutely terrified, I completely froze as the door burst open. Now standing in my foyer, there is some crazy woman who tells me she found my key. She tells me that she found the key among her daughter's candy, and I connect the dots of what must have happened. Her secondary explanation made entirely less sense. In her mind, it made sense to check that it was really my key by breaking into my home and scaring the crap out of me. With everything said and done, I've learned two things. Always attach your house key to a key ring, and meeting your neighbors is overrated. I was fucked by getting dehydrated. So yesterday was Halloween, and as a female in my mid-20s, I typically wanted to spend the day and evening drinking alcohol. Some background info is that last year I had gastric sleeve surgery, meaning that I don't need to eat so much and typically drink a lot of protein shakes. And if I plan on eating something, I can't drink anything 30 minutes before and after I plan to eat. Begin fuck up is that I have spent a lot of time making my costume as opposed to buying, also in the event that if there was nowhere to go, no money lost. So all evening Friday I work on the costume. All morning/early afternoon Saturday I'm working on my costume. Typically someone would realize during that long span of time is that they're hungry, but since I don't have to eat that much, I didn't. Friday evening, I maybe ate something around 5 p.m. then water/protein shakes the rest of the night. Saturday I was supposed to get Chipotle with my friend around 1 to 2 p.m. However, the timing and plan making kept getting delayed, so we didn't end up going until 5 p.m. So trying to plan for the night plus trying to plan out my meals didn't go well, so I basically had coffee, some water and protein shakes beforehand. After Chipotle was acquired and after I didn't have to wait, that was when the alcohol consumption began. This was maybe around 6 p.m. I was mainly drinking alcohol. I did have a bit of water, but maybe less than half a bottle's worth. Fast forward to midnight, no water consumed. Only alcohol. Too much alcohol. At that point in the night I feel it. And get home around 1 a.m. Then I threw up. I threw up a lot of liquid. Only liquid. Literally no chunks of food in the toilet bowl from what I recall. And drink me is thinking a-okay. No biggie. Hopefully tomorrow's hangover is fine. Then I go to bed. No water consumed because I was so tired. This morning I wake up around 8:30. Feeling like garbage but no surprise. But also feel that I have to poop. Okay, that's normal. I think I pooped last on Friday, so what's the issue? I couldn't poop. Physically it wouldn't come out. I felt it. It was in there. And it hurt. It hurt like hell. I tried to push it out, I know you're not supposed to, and no result. At this point I'm freaking out. This has never happened to me before. In comes my mom, hands me gloves and tells me to pull it out. At that point I looked at her as if she was insane. But after screaming/wailing/suffering for about 2 hours, I start to try it. Little to no luck. Eventually I start to just say fuck it and lay back down in bed. Then comes the pain, stomach pain, side pain and even pain down my legs. I got dizzy and so fatigued. I was miserable. I try to drink a bunch of water to try and soften it, but it's too late. It's lodged up there. Far. But also just at the tip, but can't push it out, like I felt like I could feel it in my stomach. I drink coffee in hopes that it would help, but no luck. Felt like a cork lodged up there. So I start to try to poop again. No luck. So I put on the gloves and try to shovel it out. So fucking nasty. The poop is hard and lumpy, but at the same time also soft and smushy. I take some natural laxative supplements. No luck either. Eventually I'm going on hour 6 being on the toilet 90% of the time. Finally my dad gets some suppositories that I legit had to shove up my butt to apparently soften the stool. It did work a bit. Helped soften the stool, but I still didn't move. It was stuck. And the pain was constant eventually to my entire lower body. And there was screaming/moaning/groaning since I've never felt this type of pain before. It's about 5 p.m. at this point and eventually the box of gloves is just next to me on the toilet, contemplating why this is happening. Also about 8 to 9 hours later of suffering. I basically said fuck it and decided to just shovel the rest of the poop out with the gloves. It didn't look like a lot, but damn did it feel like a lot. Like when I thought I was done with one big chunk, then another one appeared and I felt it move south. Eventually the suppository kicked in so hard that it felt like the poop was being airbended out of my butt. The very last chunk came out and I'm like screaming/hyperventilating/panicking. But it was over. So currently I'm in bed after hours of misery with a heating pad on my tummy and alternating to heating my butthole because it is legit on fire from all the stretching and poop shoveling. So stay hydrated, folks. Sexting my best friend. So my 19 female best friend, let's call him Brad, he's my most reliable friend. He's the same age as me and we're pretty close. He's my go-to guy for most things. He knows how I was abused, and the stuff that goes on in my house. My mom's pretty strict. Due to some other, unrelated reasons, I haven't been in a proper relationship, ever. Never been completely physical because I haven't had the chance. Like most teenagers, I've been carrying sexual frustration ever since I started getting frustrated. Playing by myself never helped. And to mention, I'm bisexual. I don't know about others, but I usually have two kinds of frustrated moods. So, Brad. He's basically in love with another common friend of ours. She doesn't know it, of course. He doesn't want to tell her. I am not romantically interested in anyone. The fuck up? We were just talking about sex yesterday and things started heating up. We were joking around and I admitted that I wanted a friend with benefit situation with someone I can trust, and he's like, I'm right here. A little more and we started contemplating it. We were both technically single, and knew there would be no romantic stuff coming in between. I repeatedly kept asking him if this was okay because he liked someone else, and he's like, I'm fine. So we started exploring a little. And I ended up sharing nudes with him because he asked. Snapchat, it was kinda fun. I could separate the friendship part and he even said he came in the end. We laughed about it and that was that. But before I was about to sleep, I checked my phone and he apologized, saying he felt guilty of taking advantage of me, and that he felt like he was cheating on the girl he liked, and that he needed some alone time. Needless to say, he doesn't want to repeat this. Now I couldn't sleep the whole night, filled with embarrassment that I don't think will ever leave me. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please let us know in the comments below. Turn on the notifications to know when we post new videos. Thank you for coming to the House of Reddit.